no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's how to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion. I'm a team. If you talking, it's how to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion.
Uh-oh. We got stuck there for a second. I was wondering what was happening. Did you get stuck?
I didn't get stuck. I think it went right from the neon light logo to us.
Well, it's a good start for this.
We're feeling froggy on a Wednesday, guys.
Yeah, buddy, that makes one of us. I dropped off little Z-Man at school. Maybe took a little nap in the truck in the parking lot. Maybe.
Who's that clown sleeping in the South Range parking lot?
What an idiot in that YSN truck. Like, at least be a little bit camouflaged. I'm just zonked out. Listen, I think every parent understands that when you're in those lines, the waiting lines and stuff like that, like it is mass chaos in the parking lot.
It is.
And
better to sleep in the parking lot than on the road. So, way to be responsible.
that is the first time anybody's ever said that, that I'm responsible. That is a first. Hey, way to be a trailblazer there.
Way to go. Way to go.
Welcome to YSN Live. We're off to a rousing start here on this wacky Wednesday here in Northeast Ohio. DJ Yoakley, no fear. And, of course, we have Anthony Ronald Hartwigi, who fears many things, including heights and stairs.
Stairs,
and
yes.
Those stairs will get you, buddy.
They'll get you every time, man.
You don't like heights, though, right?
No, I'm fine. I can look down a height. Heights don't bother me. Stairs bother me. that's
Have you ever been on a roller coaster?
I've been on roller coasters.
Okay.
The Millennium Force was probably the one that was like, it does freak you out, man. And I was stupid enough to get like the front seat, so you see everything that it's going like at Cedar Point. If people don't know what the Millennium Force is, I don't know if you live in Ohio and you don't know what the Millennium Force is.
Easy,
pal.
We
might need some culture instilled in you real quick.
I didn't know. I was trying to figure out what you were talking about, but I'm thinking in my head. I was thinking Millennium Falcon, and I was like, he got it wrong. He's talking about the one in Disney World. No,
Millennium Force at Cedar Point. It takes you up and then drops you almost 90 degrees down, and then you go on the rest of the roller coaster.
Did you like the roller coaster?
Yeah. It took me a while to want to go on roller coasters that went upside down. That freaked me out as a kid. The idea of going upside down, I wasn't
you
about it.
Don't feel it though, right?
Yeah. It's almost because one time I went on one of those carnival ones that ring of fire that spins you in a circle and it stops at the top and then comes back down. And I swear, like the seat was not secure when it got to the top, and you're hanging there upside down. And you're feeling like you're gonna fall out of the roller coaster. And after that, I was like, I don't want to go on anything upside down ever again. But that was also a carnival ride that could not be judged based on how good it is. Because
I'm not sure how we got to. I mean, I guess the stairs thing and the heights thing, but I don't. I thought I was afraid of roller coasters. Then I got on one. I'm like, all right, this is awesome. This is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
What I don't like those, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. The stupid swing one. Like it's always like a pirate theme.
The Pharaoh's Revenge at
the
Canfield Fair.
Yeah, and it goes up. Yep. Nope, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's how you die.
And then the wooden ones at Kennywood, they're fun, but you get off of them, you'll be like, I just felt like my whole body got vibrated. And my organs are in the wrong spot.
Kennywood's all the way back. Kennywood, they sold, as I understand, and now a family that is like an amusement park family bought it. I've never been to Kennywood. This is my wife. I mean, she's a Pittsburgh gal, and I've never been to Kennywood, and I've never experienced the potato patch fries, and I've never experienced the. I guess not many have experienced the Steelers ride because that thing's always shut down. But they came out and they said, "Hey, we're going to fix this." I want to go to Kennywood this year. Maybe we can make a trip out of it.
Hey,
Anthony.
you know, I get to skip all the lines, so
I'm
if
with this
that's
guy. I'm with this guy. I'm with him. You were the most popular person at all amusement parks, are you not?
Yep. And then when the one time I went to Disney, it's fun because you get to go past all the people that have to wait in line and look at them like, yeah, I'm going through. You stand in line. I'll roll right by you.
Wow. We had that experience. We didn't have a wheelchair, but we had
then the VIPs get
VIP.
even further access than you. So the VIPs turn to you and say, "Screw you, kid in the wheelchair. We're going even
Well,
further."
I would never say that. I would just wave to you. I would
You
never say
wave with
screw
a
you
smirk.
guys.
You wave with a smirk.
Bye, Anthony Ronald. Listen, I loved Disney World. Loved it.
Awesome.
The kids were just so close to being able to ride everything
Mm-hmm.
that now we have to go back. And my wife's like, no, we don't. I was like, yes, we do. Like, Z hated the rides, hated them. We have pictures. They're the best pictures in the world. We will frame them. They have been framed already in our home. We do not torture our child. However, we do like when he's got that mouth on him right now. We like when he gets scared a little bit, and we've got evidence from Disney
A little
World.
bit of humble pie.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know what? Sometimes it's good. Sometimes a little sweet. Sometimes a little sour. But he eats the humble pie. Bella, on the other hand, loves them. She is the one that I am scared to death of because she got on that goofy Barnstormer or whatever it's called. And my goodness, she's never had a better time in her life than she did on the Barnstormer. She was bummed out that she couldn't, she's 3. Dumbo was too mild for her. And I was like, I'm getting nervous because this thing's 100 years old. And I'm in this elephant death trap. and if we go down, I got nothing. Like, this is it.
If we go down, like DJ's thinking, like, my obituary is going to read, died in a wooden elephant. And I just don't want that.
Died with Dumbo. And I don't think I can think of a worse obituary than died in Dumbo. You know, at least have something cool. Like you're on Tron and it slings you out and you're like you get to fly. Dumbo, you're dying. I mean, you're 30 feet in the air. You go down. It's it. That's it. People would actually read that obituary and laugh at you. Be like, what an idiot.
What an idiot.
40 years old and he died on Dumbo. What a jackwagon. We do actually have a show for you, believe it or not, today. We're not just going to talk about dying on Dumbo. We are going to have the wonderful and incredibly talented Tori Strines join us here shortly on YSN Live in about 5 minutes. We also have Scotty Mincher. What time is the Minch Man supposed to join us?
12:35 is what I told him right after the Tori interview.
Beautiful. So we'll have that for you as well. We'll pick his brain about what he wants to talk about. I'm flying blind today, Ant. And I'm not sure that I'm too crazy about it, but I'm trusting the process. Oh, boy. Hemi's on fire today. You never ride local fair rides that are traveling alcoholic put together the night before.
Yeah.
That's true.
No one ever looks at that zipper ride at the fair and thinks, that's a safe ride. I think I should want to ride that.
Died 0-1 versus Armini would suck. That would suck.
That was every day.
But I will tell you this, John Armini, if I died on Dumbo, he'd be the kind of guy that won up at me, even in looking like a jackwagon, and he would die on like It's a Small World, just to say I have a worse obituary than you. That's the kind of guy John Armini is. He is a legend. A legend. However, when it comes to football, I'm coming for you, Johnny A. I'm coming for you. I don't know. People think this is like a real thing. Like this is like the fakest. It's like a wrestling rivalry, right? I love John Armini. I think he's an incredible human being. I think he's a wonderful coach.
Oh yeah,
but he talks some mad smack.
Yeah,
he talks mad smack on the flag football field, and I ain't gonna stand for it, Anthony. I'm not gonna stand for it. Our coaches, they're doing their job. My job, talk smack John Armini. That's how it goes. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, making her popping in at this time, one of the area's best softball players, best athletes, and one of the sweetest young ladies you are ever going to meet. This time we bring in the Spartanville USA's very own Boardman's Tori Strines. Tori, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for what class are you missing right now, so we know who to send the thank you note to?
I actually got a split at 10:40.
Oh my goodness! So you're like overtime here, a little extra hours.
Yeah.
We appreciate your what you're doing here and your commitment to Boardman High School, naturally, and to doing this interview today. What has this whole ride been like from a standpoint? I mean, you're a multi-sport athlete. You're going into what? I mean, well, now you're in your last season at Boardman. What has it been like for you, and how fast is it going?
It actually flew by so fast. Like, I just remember being a freshman playing in my district championship game with like some of the best senior group, and now I'm that senior leader to these little freshmen, and it's just like it's a good opportunity, and I feel like Boardman's a great place to call like my school because there's great people, great coaches, and great friendships that came out of it.
You know, Tori, we talked to Coach Moots before the season, and he shares the feeling that we feel on YSN. There's something special in the softball program this year. There's a lot of talent on the field. They got a lot of experience last year. It might be an overall younger roster, but it's an experienced young roster. Talk about what it's been like leading these girls as a senior and what you see from especially the younger players that are stepping into really big roles.
I feel like everyone is very hardworking on the team, and I feel like we just don't give up this year. Like, we're all in, and we all want it, and we want to make a run this year and want to show that we can do it and prove people wrong.
I'm interested because, you know, Boardman's been the team that has been able to sneak up on some of these teams. I mean, you talk about your conference, but some of these other big schools that you play in your incredible schedule, I don't know that this is going to be the case this year, Tori. You kind of got the short end of the stick when it comes to being the Cinderella, so to speak. Are you prepared to be the team that has the target on your chest and on your back?
I think we are. After these past 3 games, I think we really showed that, like, we don't just give up. Like, Hoover, we had a tough loss, 4-3, but, like, it was a really good game from beginning to end. Lakeview, we were down 5-0, and we found a way to come back and win 8-5, and then we just played a really good Louisville team who we got on and never looked back and never went down. So I feel like we are ready to be the team to be afraid of type thing.
Tori, you do seemingly everything on the softball field. You can pitch. When you're not pitching, you play really good defense in the outfield. You can hit really well. Where do you feel the most comfortable in the field?
I feel comfortable anywhere. I just know when I'm pitching, I have great players behind me to step up and help me. When I'm batting, I know I have confidence in myself, and my team has confidence in me to get on base some way. And I know the people behind me will try to hit me in, try to move me around the bases. And in the outfield, I just know I need to step up because I need to have my other pitchers' backs. Like, the defense has my back.
So Anthony likes talking about defense and pitching. Like, that's where he lives. That's his jungle. My jungle. Man, Tori, when you get in there, you are lined up, ready to go, and you're staring down the barrel of that rising fastball. And we are witnesses to Tori Strines just ripping bombs, just ripping people's faces off with those seams of the softball. For you, what has it taken to get to be such a great hitter, not just in the Boardman lineup, but in this area, in this region, and be one of the area's few select incredible hitters in this particular area?
I feel as my mom gets on me all the time. I didn't hit very well in our scrimmages, and after one of our last scrimmages, she texted my dad and saying, you have to take your daughter out and hit in the garage every day because she's not hitting very well. And I feel like they're always on me trying to be my best, and it's obviously worked because I've got back into the hitting column. And so, yeah.
Man, mom and dad are savages. Man,
do you have a favorite? I mean, like, everybody talks about, offense, defense, and pitching, but like, do you have a preference? Like, do you prefer to be hitting? Do you have a ranking like 1 to 3?
No, but I do really love the outfield, so maybe the outfield would be my favorite. My
Oh,
mom
I
hates
see.
when I say that, but I just feel
All
like
those pitching lessons, and she goes, "I like the outfield."
yeah, but I feel like anywhere I just like having the pressure on me because I have the confidence that one way or another we're gonna find out how to win this game.
When you're talking about pressure on you, Tori, one of the things that there's not a lot of pressure on you in is having to pitch every day, be perfect every day, because this Boardman team has a staff of pitchers that they can go to. What's it like to know that you're not the end all be all when it comes to the circle, and you can have a day where someone comes and relieves you, or you can have a day where you're not the one that's going to get the start, and you can go play in the outfield and have someone else's back as well, and everyone in the circle is going to give you guys a really good chance to win.
It just feels really nice giving like relief off my shoulder because I didn't have those the past couple years, but just knowing that we have 3 great pitchers that will find a way to win the game, or if they're not on their best, that they have a great defense behind them, and even if they're not doing their best, they know they have other pitchers behind them that can come and help them out.
Hold here, softball. I am nowhere near the pitcher you are. What is your favorite pitch? Like when you get that pitch, you're like, oh yeah, here comes a K. Here comes a K. What's the go-to for Tori Strines?
I will really throw anything. I probably
What?
Yeah. I throw all my pitches.
What's the best pitch? Is it
I
the
can't
old
say.
the
I
old
can't say
rocket
that.
ball? What do you mean you
say
can't say that?
Then people will know.
It's not giving any scouting reports out.
Yeah, I can't give out.
Tori, this isn't like a pie recipe. Like how many pitches do you have?
5.
Oh, look at this. 5. Okay, so we got 5. Anthony, you know most of them. What do we got?
We know what you like. It's the rise ball. Come on.
No.
Yes, it is.
She says stick it, Hartwig. Not the rise ball. Okay, that one's out. Do you have a curveball?
Yeah.
Is it the curveball?
I
Yes,
throw
it
a
is.
lot.
There it is. Look at her
No.
face.
I can't tell you.
See, she's gonna say no to everything.
You got a drop ball?
Screwball.
I got a drop curve.
See, I'm getting it there. I'm getting
Have
it.
a
Tori, you got a
screw.
screwball to come inside the righties, right?
And I have a changeup.
All right. So
Do you have an ephus?
No.
You need the ephus. I don't even know what you're doing if you don't have the ephus ball. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's
a
like that
really
real
slow changeup,
slow
Tori.
one, like real slow.
like we're
Yeah,
talking like 35-mile-an-hour changeup, Tori.
That's my changeup. My changeup's actually really slow.
Then I need you to change it to the name ephus, or else it's not legit.
Okay.
In all seriousness, would you rather strike out not you? Would you rather strike out a batter from the circle? Would you rather hit a game-winning home run or rob somebody over the fence?
I don't know. Those are all like different types of scenarios. I feel like because like they're all great moments. Like having the game-winning strikeout, having the game-winning home run, having the game-winning catch. They're like all good feelings to have. So I don't know if I can choose one.
So we gotta get you
You're
to
killing us.
we gotta get you to choose something. What dugout snack? Come on, give us something.
Probably the game-winning catch.
Okay.
Would you go
Doug-
all the way over? Have you ever robbed somebody?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
And it took you that long to figure that out, that's what you wanted to do.
I mean, it wasn't like a game-winning catch, but I robbed people.
Okay. Listen, people, there's more than one. You've robbed people? Like,
Yeah, during travel ball.
oh my gosh. Strines, I'm just happy you made a decision. You've come so far in this interview already. This is only your 900th interview. For you, obviously, you had leaders along the way. Tori, who were some of the people that you looked up to that kind of wrapped you and took you under their wing along the way?
I would say one of the people that did was Maddie Weimer, and I'm still close with her today. Speaking of her, we're actually going to get Chick-fil-A after her class. So, and then all the seniors that I had my freshman year, they all took me under their wing, and we had a great year together.
What are we
Now,
ordering at
how would-
Chick-fil-A? What are we? No, wait. She's got to answer one of these questions straight up. What are we ordering at I guarantee this is the one. What are we ordering at Chick-fil-A?
Probably an 8-count nugget, sweet tea, and a fry.
Yeah, we can do that, but we can't tell you what our favorite pitch is. That's messed up, Strines.
I can't give out the secrets.
Okay.
What
we'll find
happens
it.
if the conference coaches are watching? They're gonna know what's coming.
Oh, they're watching.
Yeah, Coach Ward's
Yeah.
watching right now.
And listen, I hear the notes they're taking right now. Indecisive with stars around it.
Yeah.
8-piece chicken nugget from. It's incredible note taking. I've seen it firsthand. And
Tori, let's talk about, when you're leading, what kind of leadership do you think you bring to the table? How would you define yourself as a leader?
I feel like I'm more lead as example than by words because I'm not a very vocal person. If you know me, I'm not very loud, and my mom always yells at me to be louder, but like I don't got a loud voice. I don't got that A side of me in me to be loud like they all are. But I feel like I lead as an example and try to have my best attitude every game, try not to get down on myself and try to be happy for everyone else when they're succeeding.
so you're not loud, but you're very competitive. We know that. So what are some of the things maybe off the diamond, off the court, off the field that you're competitive in that people don't realize?
I would say probably when we play like board games with the family and card games. Me and my family are like a really competitive family, and we try to be the best. Or like when I'm playing my brother in Madden, I'm not very good at it, but we always have like a competition, smack talk each other.
Who are you when you guys play Madden?
We randomize to make
Okay.
it.
Are you more pass or more run? That's the big
Mm.
question right now.
Probably pass.
Naturally. That's what
I'll
happens.
tell you what, she gets really, really competitive in the NCAA bracket challenges for softball.
Really?
I've seen it. Florida State all the way usually. Tori, who are you thinking this year? You've been able to watch some softball. Who's your favorite?
Probably Florida State.
Told you. Called it.
And we're talking softball, folks, right now. So there's probably people that are Florida State's not even in the bracket. We're talking softball. Okay.
Softball.
Basketball. We closed that book on Saturday. So we're talking softball right now. Tori, what are you doing when you're done graduating here in a couple months? Will they give you that paper that says that you completed every task that Boardman asked you to do? What are your plans?
I plan on attending Olivet Nazarene to continue my softball career and academic career. It's over in Illinois. It's kind of a hike leaving.
Illinois. So is that close to Chicago or no?
Yeah, I think I'm like an hour and a half from Chicago.
Nice. Yeah, are you excited to be in far away?
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell mom that. If you thought she yelled at you before, she's gonna yell at you a lot now. Jiminy Christmas. All right, so you're gonna be a little ways away. What is that? A 6 hour? 5 hours?
6.5.
6.5. Okay. Have you started doing your own laundry?
We're actually not allowed to touch the washing machine because I think one of my brothers broke it the one time. So my mom doesn't let us really touch the laundry machine.
Well, there's a competitive spirit.
Can you
okay.
cook your own food?
Me? Yeah, I can, but I always ask my mom to cook me, and then she yells at me and tells me I can get up and cook my own food. So
I'm starting to get a theme here. there's starting to be an overarching theme of this interview. All right, so you can cook. What's your favorite dish to cook?
I usually just throw things in the air fryer.
Oh, I knew it. You're a chicken nugget girl, aren't you?
Yes.
Chicken nuggets. Chicken,
I knew it.
Steak.
Did you say steak?
Yeah, we cooked steak strips in the air fryer.
What in the Wizard of Oz?
I don't know. My mom made it for me yesterday. She made me steak tacos.
In the air fryer?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Sarah Yoakley, take notes. All right. What about the other? I mean, are you nervous about living alone? Do you know your roommate already?
No, I haven't found a roommate yet, but I'm not nervous. I mean, I can travel without my parents. I go with my grandparents to Disney and stuff. So
That's not independent. Like your grandparents are not going with you to Illinois.
Okay, like I'll be fine by myself. Like I like being home alone. Like when my parents are like, "Oh, we're going out of town," I'm like, "Okay, bye."
Okay.
Bye. Because you're tired of getting yelled at. Okay, so you're not nervous from that. Are you excited? Where are the emotions at right now as far as March 26th goes? When you looking to head away?
I'm excited to go and play at the next level and see how I do at that type of competition.
Are you?
All
I'm sorry, Ant, one more question because
All right, you're good.
I'm on a roll here. I got it. We're gonna get what we need. For you, have you thought about the last time you're gonna lace up your cleats for Boardman yet?
No, because we only just started the season. Never think ahead.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas! Here we go. All right, Ant, she's all
the
yours.
next game, and the next game.
You know, I feel like
tomorrow.
Tori got like a script from Fred Moots. Don't give away your pitches. Don't make people think you're thinking ahead.
She's
This is a
decisive when
Fred-
she wants to be.
This is a Fred Moots interview. I feel like he's
I don't
probably
think
probably-
Fred Moots knows.
He doesn't know about this interview.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't remember.
There it
I
goes.
don't remember.
There it goes. We're canceled.
Tori, my last question for you. We're talking about all this stuff about being on your own. What made that decision easy for you to be able to go to Illinois to play college softball? What made this program the one that you wanted to be at?
I just felt like home when I stepped on the campus. The campus was very nice. The area was very nice. The coaches are one of the best people I've met. They're very easygoing, very confident. The head coach always texts the incoming freshmen almost every week. Good luck in your games this week. Good luck on your high school season. I feel it's just like another place to call home.
Blaine Strine says the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
Is he talking about cornhole or softball?
Oh, that's a good. I mean, Fellows says you can't beat them at cornhole, and then
Me and my cousin actually beat him in cornhole in the summer, so I don't know what he's talking about.
how bad does it get for cornhole for you? I mean, I'm sure you're competitive as all get out, especially because you're probably dotting those things.
Oh yeah, me and my cousin get very competitive when we're losing, or we play like perfect 21. So if we make it in the hole, we yell at each other because we're like, "What are you doing? Stop!"
Wow, so you're like borderline pro when it comes to cornhole.
I wouldn't say that, but
We're gonna see the Johnson & Johnson Championship, and Tori Strines is gonna be like headphones on. They're gonna be interviewing her. She's not gonna give them anything at all.
No.
She's not gonna certainly not gonna tell Fred Moots she's doing that interview. Tori, we cannot thank you enough. We're huge fans of you. That's why we can have fun with you. And, you've done this 900 times, which we appreciate each and every one of them. We want to make this one a little bit fun for you. Best of luck to you this year. We'll be watching, we'll be streaming, and certainly I'm sure we're going to see you at Youngstown State at the YSN All-Star Game once again.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Tori. There she goes. Tori Strines of the Boardman Lady Spartans. I don't think she saw that one coming, Ant. I think we blindsided her a little bit. She usually gets these real buttoned-up interviews with you. And she said, who is the bald dude who's just throwing wacky questions? It's Wacky Wednesday.
It's Wacky Wednesday. Like I said, we're feeling froggy.
Got to make it fun, right? Got to make it fun. She is. I mean, in all seriousness, button things up a little bit. She is one of the best there is. I mean, She is incredible, and the expectation that she has around her as a leader, as a performer, seemingly every step of the way, you can't help but smile for what she's been able to do and what she is going to do as she leaves. After Boardman, after graduation. We're proud of her. Thank you, Tori, for everything you've done. Appreciate you.
I mean, she's coming off of a two-hitter last night against Louisville. A Louisville team that Monday night scored 7 runs against a regional powerhouse in Massillon Tuslaw. So that's a really good offense that she was able to handcuff last night and really hold to just two hits.
I think one of the surprises for today is it was kind of warm when I left my house. And again, like I said, when I woke up from my nap, it's snowing outside. And I thought instantly, okay, are we playing today? Like who's going to be the athletic director that says, I don't care, we are going for it? Yeah. Not many of them, as it turns out.
Now. We're looking. There's only a couple still standing as of now that we either are still standing or we haven't gotten the call yet.
Thank you guys for all you do from the mom who yells too much.
Love it.
Thank you, Lindsay. Appreciate you tuning in. Ty Bartel had the chance to call that game last night with Dawn Pearson. Said she was awesome last night. I love you, Ty. Appreciate you. I don't know when she's not awesome. I don't know if that's a button she can just turn off. Just a great. And here's the other thing. As someone who is a senior in high school, she's the kind of young lady that you want your daughter to be like, right?
Mhm.
When they're she does it the right way. She is intense, 100% intense. That's what we wanted to make her laugh. But she's competitive as the day is long. Obviously, the Strines have something to do with that. But you want a young lady, especially going out into the real world on her own, that's going to be able to compete. And it doesn't matter if it's in checkers or, a job or whatever, or softball. It's you want them to be able to compete in the real world. And I'm sure if the Strines tell me I'm wrong, I'm sorry. That's the kind of young lady that you want to raise up. And, I look to that and I go, that's the kind of young lady I want my daughter to be like, that is strong on her own 2 feet, that can really grind away, and impossible is just a word. I think Tori Strines is truly one of those young ladies that never sees anything as impossible. Just see it's a matter of time before she gets what she wants and what she yearns for.
Well, I'll tell you what, when softball is over for her, she's going to be a leader in the workforce, wherever she goes, whatever opportunity she gets, she'll be a leader in whatever career that she falls into.
Try getting a raise off of her. She's your boss.
Right.
Like you're done. You might as well. Nope. I'm going to go grab an apron and work at McDonald's. It ain't happening, pal. Like, you're done. She's a bottom line Strines. Hey, that sounds
that
like
might
a
be the
good
headline.
title.
That might be the headline.
Scotty Mitchell coming up in a couple minutes. Anthony, you had a chance to watch some softball, as you do almost every night this time of year. What did you see last night? What did you enjoy?
Last night I was in Canfield. I had to kind of switch on the fly. My game that was originally posted at got postponed, unfortunately, so I went to Canfield to watch them play a very good team in their own right in Mogador Field. It was Field versus Canfield. It was very hard to not get jumbled up there. Canfield won 9-6 in a back and forth kind of game, and I kind of think you saw exactly how Canfield's going to win their games this year. They're going to be resilient. Their offense is really hard to pitch to. And their pitchers are going to have their moments, but there's also going to be moments where, unlike times before where they could get 19, 20 strikeouts from Elena Toth, their defense is going to have to make plays. And that's just the reality. They have contact pitchers now. They don't have strikeout pitchers that are going to get 13, 14, 15, 16 strikeouts per game every night. So we saw a lot of great defensive plays. Marina Canning went into the 5-6 hole and made a throw from her knees on a ground ball. So you're starting to see their defense get highlighted a little bit more than maybe years past, because they didn't need it in years past. Because that'd be 3 out of 21 outs would be put in play at times with Melina Toth in the circle. So really impressed what I saw from Canfield. They're 2-0 on the season. 2 really good teams that they were able to beat. So excited to see what they can do in their quest to run it back from a state championship last year.
And that might be one of the things that is the least talked about when you talk about from year to year over year, as they say, right? And it's, you go from a strikeout pitcher, power pitcher, someone that has finesse, has everything in that circle, to a contact pitcher. Your defense has to adjust. And that's what people aren't, there's times, I know Coach Kernan is going to disagree with me in this, but there's some truth to it. There's times where you could pretty much, knit a scarf in the outfield if you're Canfield or Austintown Fitch, right? And obviously the deeper runs that you have, but now your outfield, your infield especially, is on their toes. They're ready to go. So what do you think goes into that, Ant, from year to year? How much of a transition is it, and how do you get your team up to that speed of, hey, you went from having to make, 15 plays a game to you're going to have to make almost all of them.
Yeah. And the good thing for Canfield is, especially in the infield, like you said, the infield is going to be put under a lot of pressure, especially Kaylee Ortiz is a ground ball pitcher. She pitches down in the zone. You're going to have a lot of infield work, and they return all but one of their infielders. So Their middle infield is really important. Sidney Lutz and Marina Canning both returning from last year. They're both well experienced. Third base, Sammy Economist coming back. First base is the only player that is stepping into a new role in Sofia Castronova, replacing Macy Kalina from a year ago. So you have an infield that's been there, done that, and then you had Jenna Treveri in center, holding that fort down. So you have a lot of experience in defense that kind of just knows what to do, which is very important for Canfield. Fitch doing the same thing. I mean, Fitch has a lot of people back. They lost their middle infielder in Ayla Ray, of course. That kind of hurts. But you have their outfield back. You got they both have high-level catchers back in Kylie Folkwine and Leah Figueroa that will manage the new pitching staff extremely well. So there's a lot of talk about the pitchers being gone, and rightfully there should be, because they were both Division I elite pitchers that did a lot of amazing things. But at the same time, there's a lot back on that defense, and these teams aren't going to be the rollover and, well, we lost a great player, so I guess we're done now kind of programs.
No, when you're competing for state championships, you don't just go, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
That last recap brought to you by our friends at Greenwood Chevrolet. They go the extra mile from you. Check out Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown, proud sponsor of YSN Live. You can see them naturally here on this show. You can see them each and every game. They're featured, their commercials, and what they do, man. Greg Greenwood is one of the best entrepreneurs there are. I mean, he gives and gives and gives until he can't give anymore, and then he gives some more. We're thankful that Greg Greenwood is we think he's a fan of what we do here at YSN. I know people that work at Greenwood, big fans of what we do here at YSN. I can only imagine Greg Greenwood loves what we do here on the network, and that's why he supports us. So thank you to Greg Greenwood and Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown, where they go the extra mile for you. Coming in at this time, thanks to our friends at Toyota of Warren. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who didn't even know he was a judge on Saturday night. The man who is Cleveland, I want to say through and through, but the more I think about it, I think he might have a little bit of Pittsburgh in him. He's not going to admit to it. Ladies and gentlemen, the best man on four wheels. Give it up, Scotty Mincher. What's up, Minchie?
Thank you, guys. And I really dropped the ball on Saturday. I had a decent excuse because I was at a funeral.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't see the news that I was.
It wasn't yours, was it?
It was not. I'm still here.
Okay, we're happy. Hey, Scotty, proud of you, buddy.
You're not talking to a ghost. That's good. Okay.
Well, we were talking about obituaries earlier, and thoughts and prayers for your loss. Our condolences. But I'm just going to throw it out there. I could have died in a Dumbo ride, Scotty, at Disney World. Would you have made fun of me at my funeral if I would have died in a Dumbo ride?
Died in a Dumbo ride.
You know the one I'm talking about. It's like 100 years old, and you think you have control of it going up and down. I still call bullpucky.
That would be, that's not a boring way to go, right? I
think it would be. You're just dying a fake elephant. You think about it. My casket would be Dumbo.
But didn't they just have the 50 or 60? Like Dumbo's kind of iconic. So, I don't know.
I'd much rather, number one, I hope I go in my sleep where it's peaceful, right? It's just how you want to go. Not to get grotesque here, but I would hate to die in a fire. I would hate to die underwater, where you're struggling. To me, that's the worst. It's the absolute worst. But right, there's the worst, and then there's dying in a Dumbo, which I'm pretty sure takes the cake.
Yeah,
Imagine going to heaven and having to tell people, yeah, I died at Dumbo.
I know my buddies. They'd be at my funeral. They'd be like, "Did you hear how Yoakley died in Dumbo?"
What an idiot.
What a jackass. You know what I mean? Like, at least get on
I'd be,
Tron. At least go on It's a Small World.
I'd be trying to get you back. I'd get like smelling salts and like a heater, and I'm like, we got to bring DJ back. Get him.
Scotty's having
Scotty,
like a seance for the Ouija board, bringing
if
DJ
we-
back from the dead.
Don't do it, man. If I die in Dumbo, just let me be at peace.
That'd be big.
Okay.
I can't hear them laugh at me, but I know they are. It'd be 10 times worse to wake up and be like, "Oh yeah, you died in Dumbo, idiot." Great. How do we get here? I don't know.
Scotty, can we talk about being a judge, please?
Yeah. How was it when you finally figured out that you were a judge for the All-Star game and the slam dunk competition? How was that for you?
It was awesome. It was really awesome. I had to because you said from Lowville, and I just assumed you were talking about Kelly for a second there. And when you said my name, I'm like, oh boy. And I put my chair on the absolute top speed. I was turning and burning, man. I'm lucky there were no like kids in the.
There were a ton of kids.
We're a ton of kids.
I mean, in my path when I.
We're gonna hit them.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was like so like locked into. I have to get to my spot. I gotta be there. So I don't know what would have happened if a little kid got into my path.
Scotty says these kids are
Thankfully.
collateral damage. I got to get to the
I'm
judges
getting there.
table.
Thank-
The dunks compared to last year, how did you feel about them?
I thought it was from what I remembered about last year. I thought it was on par. I thought they were close as far as and I thought they were really good as far as the creativity, and the ones that were completed and thrown down. I thought they were really good. A couple times, they used the time allotted, and it took several cracks at it. But I thought it was right up there, maybe even a slightly better. Last year was great though, so that it's. But I think this year's was close to last year.
Scotty, it sounds like in your opinion, these dunkers did not do better than last year. They didn't take that next step up. So you want some more next year. You want to see, right? That's what I'm starting to get that feeling that you were like, you know what? I was expecting more.
I mean, I think I was a little bit harsh with my
You gave somebody
year.
a 9. Who'd you give a
Yeah.
9?
Who'd you
They
give a 9
they
to?
had
It
a
was
10
it was
everywhere
big
else.
9.
Yeah, I did give somebody, and I forget who it was that I gave that 9, but yeah,
That was cold blooded.
I had a higher bar this year. I think last year I just wanted everyone to like me, and I was a little too generous. This year I raised the bar a little bit.
A little bit of a hard ass. I like it.
Yeah. And I think because of last year's dunk contest, because it was so good, it kind of, I was thinking going into it that, I want to be fair, and, I'm not going to be like a total jerk about this, but I'm expecting a little more. So maybe that's why I came off as a little too hard on them. I don't
Well,
know.
you threw out 11 at the end, so I think you made up for it on average.
I did, yeah. That dunk was
The Cooper Brown Jordan dunk.
I thought that was sweet. Yeah, I think that's why, because it got me thinking of when I first got into basketball and Michael Jordan and watching his highlights. So,
So Scotty, in your opinion, the Cooper Brown dunk where he went to half court, ran, jumped from the foul line, that was your best dunk? You think of the night?
It was my favorite. Yeah, it's you can't go wrong with a dunk like that.
I think if BG finishes that one off the back wall, that is the one. That's the one that at the end of the night with Louisville, when it was the dunk off, BG tried off the back wall in the gym and just missed it. I think that would have blew the top off the building.
Yeah, I remember that now. Well, which are like that attempt, and that was crazy. Yeah, if he was able to land that was total fire.
All right, Scotty, you have some questions for us today that we're going to talk about, some topics.
Yeah. So I was off these last couple weeks. Last week, you guys had the selection show, and then the week before, I unfortunately was sick. So I've been wanting to talk to you guys and kind of ask you, pick your brain. I wanted to talk a little bit about the state of, and I know basketball season just ended, but this has been fresh on my mind. I wanted to talk about the state of YSU men's basketball, and what do you guys think it's going to take? Do you think it was just kind of, bad luck, them not getting into the tournament this year? They made it farther than ever before, getting to the conference championship game. They were missing what a lot of people thought was their best player. So do you think it's just one of those things 3 years in a row, winning at least 20 games, and they've been close, they've been knocking at the door? Do you think it's just one of those things, you do it enough times, they eventually kick the door down? Or do you think there's something you see that's going to have to change, or maybe just a little adjustment that could get them like into the tournament? And that would be obviously sensational since it's never happened. So what do you guys think?
Well, Scotty, YSU has to win the conference tournament to get into the tournament. They're not big enough to be to have a at-large bid, unless they went off and had a schedule where they beat everybody and they lost in like the last round of the tournament or something, where they were like undefeated going into the tournament final. Maybe they could get an at-large bid, but it would be very, very hard for anyone in the Horizon League to not win the conference tournament and get an at-large bid. They just don't have enough RPI wins. They don't have enough. There's just too much to contend with. So basically, it just comes down to you got to win the Horizon League tournament, and that's one of the hard things about being a mid-major, is because it comes down to, even if you won the regular season conference, if you don't play well for one day in that conference tournament, you're gone, and you're not getting in the tournament anymore. And that's just, that's the unfortunate thing about what we've seen from YSU, especially this year, like you said, getting to the conference championship against Robert Morris. If you don't win that game, you're just not getting in. That's just reality. And Robert Morris was the better team that day. I think YSU can keep trying to make that, but until they win that conference, they're not going to get to the tournament. That's just the reality of being a mid-major.
I think to add along to that, I think they're on the right track. I expected there to be a drop off after Coach Calhoun left for Utah State, and Coach Faulkner did an incredible job of keeping the bar high. Because it would have been easy to say, "Hey, listen, we might have some fall off, but we'll continue to build." And I don't think that, to borrow the Mike Tomlin quote, the standard is the standard. And I think, you're battling without one of your best players, arguably, in that championship game. And they fought hard. In fact, there were moments where I thought YSU's going to the dance. And, like Anthony said, Bobby Moe was the better team on that particular night, but they also won the regular season crown in the Horizon League. They win the postseason crown. They were the better team in the Horizon League this year. Let's just be honest. They had the player of the year as well. I'm interested because I think that, I said it the night of the Horizon League Championship. I think YSU has opened up a lot of eyes and raised a lot of eyebrows along the way about, hey, I might want to play there. It could be as simple as the colors that a player wants to wear in basketball nowadays to go to college, because with the NIL and with the transfer portal, which, by the way, is crazy because it opened up yesterday, something like that. I mean, there was 1,000 people in the transfer portal when it opened up. YSU has to be very active in that. And I think that's going to be a frustrating point because if Youngstown State University, everybody always says, well, I can just go to Youngstown State University. I don't think it's that way in Division I as a whole anymore because we're pulling kids from everywhere. That Dines kid was amazing. He's in the portal right now, as I understand it. Yep. So, I mean, he's 7'6", something ridiculous. So, I mean, that's like two of me. Like, it's incredible. And that, like, he's going to be a commodity because of the shot blocks, and obviously he's got the reach over seemingly everybody. But do I think YSU can turn the corner to be in the big dance? I do. And I think they've got the right guy at the helm to do it. I will also add to this. I'm actively looking on Twitter constantly because I want to see Jared Calhoun selfishly go from Utah State to West Virginia. I think that would be
he just got
awesome.
an extension at Utah State, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime
You
soon.
don't know that.
Unfortunately.
You don't know that. You don't know that, Anthony. Don't pee on my dreams, okay?
So I just saw it this morning that he got the extension at Utah State.
Country roads.
Are you guys worried at all? Because I know you both enjoy college basketball. Are you worried now with the NIL that maybe we will not see the Cinderella runs as much like we saw with Butler when they made the finals 2 years in a row? We've seen it with other schools, George Mason, VCU. Do you think it's gonna be? We've had some exciting games. There were a couple exciting games in this first run as we have the Sweet 16 teams. There was a buzzer beater by Maryland, but there wasn't really anything that was totally shocking. So as far as the wild upset, so does that worry you guys at all that NIL is going to take away from smaller schools in college basketball?
Nope. I think we'll still see them. It's one of those things that happens in cycles. We're in a year right now where there's a lot of parity across the Power Four conferences. So there's not one or two dominant teams. And I think that leads into a lot of these 13, 14, 15 seeds running into Power Four teams that might be a 3 seed, but could have been a 1 seed any other year, or could have been a 4 seed any other year, whatever it may be. So we're seeing a lot of these Power Four conference teams have a lot of success in this year's bracket just because of the way it went this year with the basketball parity inside the big names right now. I think all of the Sweet 16 teams are Power Four teams, if I'm not mistaken, which is something that almost never happens.
Which is why I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum and tell you that NIL has changed everything. You are not going to see as much of the buzzer beaters, the March Madness, because those smaller schools can't pay the money that these big schools do. And, you're going to see by the time schools like Youngstown State and these mid-majors catch up, the game's going to be changed already by the big boys because they They're the ones that bring in the big contracts. They're the ones now. No, I will tell you this: that the ratings tell you that these smaller teams playing the bigger teams and beating them is electric. But people at the end of the day are always going to want to see Duke and North Carolina. That's who they're going to want to see. And frustrating for us because I love the underdog. But I think the NIL, the Derek Queen from Maryland said it best. They pay us. He's my boss. He's talking about coaches, but you're only as loyal as the last paycheck. So keep in mind that you might see Derek Queen at Duke or North Carolina or Notre Dame or one of these different schools that say, hey, we want him because he's a 6'10" forward that plays like a point guard. And now you can just go out and buy him. This isn't scholarship based anymore. It's like going to the grocery store and all of a sudden you got a shopping spree and you're like, hey, I want the good stuff. Enough with the great value. I want Kraft mac and cheese. That's what I want. And now these big schools are going to be able to do it. These smaller schools, and I don't think they're going to be able to.
It's funny because I have great value cream soda in my fridge right
Not a baby, Scotty. Never change.
Yeah. And you talked about Anthony.
Gross. 1,700 in the portal on day one compared to 291 on the portal day one 1 year ago. Swiney, bringing the cheese to the show. Thanks, buddy. All right, Scotty, what else you got?
Yeah. So the other thing I had, baseball season is back. So I guess first off, I wasn't gonna hit this at the beginning. I was gonna wait till the end, but you talked about Anthony, peeing in your Cheerios a little bit a minute ago. And I just, this is a big year for me because it's the last year of my Browns, the 5-year prediction. So with that being said, you gotta be wild. You gotta take chances in life. And I'm calling it right now, my World Series prediction. And it's a World Series I've wanted to see my entire life. Guardians, Pirates. That is my World Series prediction. I think the Pirates are going to surprise a lot of people this year. And the Guardians were knocking on the door last year. They just got to kick it in. So how crazy am I for that prediction?
Yeah, you're 10. You're 10.
I think that great value peach soda or whatever is getting to you, buddy.
Yeah, I think it's expired. You need to throw that out. You need to throw that out, Scotty. I don't think that's soda, pal. I think that's a little bit of alcohol. I think you're drinking from Grandpa's cough medicine.
Hard cream soda.
Yeesh. Pirates and Guardians. I'd love to see it. No shot.
No shot.
I would be happy if the Pirates got over 500 and we're competing for a wild card spot. I want to see it. I am the eternal optimist. We did absolutely nothing in the offseason. Absolutely nothing. Like we didn't care. Like we won the World Series or something. We didn't finish 500. We stink. We will still stink. We've got the best pitcher in the game. And we're just going to burn off another year of his contract after he just came out and said that Pittsburgh deserves this. We're just going to absolutely just fart in his face. That's what we're going to do. Like, screw off, buddy. Like, that's what Pittsburgh is doing. Bob Nutting stinks. Needs to sell the team or something needs to change. His heart, that Grinch son of a biscuit, like, we're just watching greatness fall to the wayside because this dude wants to make $60 million a year and not worry about a team that's competitive. Guardians, though, they can do it.
I mean, I think the Pirates, I like their pitching. I think they got but to be seen as a more serious contender, I think they definitely need another bat.
We need a
Well, you
freaking
obviously
first
think they
baseman.
have it because you just picked them for the World Series. So you think they have it, Scotty.
Can we get a first baseman? Like, I'm pretty sure they're going to scratch on Charlie Brown as their first baseman in here tomorrow on opening day.
Scotty,
They
you
don't-
can't say that they're going to go to the World Series and then say in the next sentence that they
Hey,
need stuff
hey,
to go to the
hey.
World Series.
Hey,
Well,
he
no,
can say whatever he wants.
I
Scott, you
I
want to put money
said
on that bet?
because I think they're gonna make a move at the deadline.
Okay.
Get a
Yeah,
big
like move
bat.
to
Move
to
to-
Memphis. That's where they're gonna.
Walk into Memphis.
No,
This is the year of being bold for me. I got to do it. So that's my pick. But also, because we'll have plenty of time to talk about the season as it unfolds.
goes
I
fast.
wanted to know from you guys, since it is baseball season. I threw out this topic last week to Anthony. If it's hard to pick one, so I wanted to do a top three. What would be your top three walk up? If you could pick three walk up songs, say you're in the majors, what would be your top three songs you would pick? And then what would be your top sports themed song?
What the heck's
Define
a
sports
theme
theme song.
What's that? It could be something, like Eye of the Tiger, or like even like a theme song like
Oh, not themed with a D. Themed, sports themed song. Okay.
yeah, or
Okay.
or even like the Olympics intro or the NBA on NBC.
The Round Ball Rock by John Tesh. I know that
Yeah.
song.
Nobody will stop me now.
No, that's Nelly. Stop it. Stop it. That's Nelly. Don't you dare disregard John Tesh. No words. Round Ball Rock. NBC. WFMJ. Coming back. And you've heard this. You've had time to think about it. What's yours?
Walk up songs. You Can't Stop Me by Andy Mineo would be one.
You can't stop me.
I like They See Me Rolling.
Ride
Just for the
Dirty.
irony. Just for the irony. Just for the
Riding
irony.
Dirty is your walk-up
No.
theme?
Nerdy by Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh.
And then I would go, I'll my third one, I'll go like, because everyone has to have kind of a wild one that like, I'll go, I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. Off the beaten path, not a hype song. It'll get everyone's attention. I think everyone would sing along to that in the baseball stadium because you can't not sing along to that song when it comes on. I think a majority of the population, at least, can't not sing along to that song. So those would be my three. And then sports theme songs. Let's see. The first thing that came to my mind when you said that, Scott, was Space Jam. Everybody do that. It's time to slam now.
I kind of want to die in Dumbo now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Backstreet Boys.
Yep. You.
what about I Believe I Can Fly?
No, we're not doing anything by R. Kelly. I think I can go pound salt.
Coming out of the closet.
God.
Oh God, I'm not saying nothing more.
Nope.
I Believe I Can Fly is a good one. Fly Like an Eagle is a good one.
That's a good one.
I'm just ripping off the Space Jam soundtrack right now. Mine would be High Hopes.
Like High
Panic at
Hopes.
the Disco.
Not like Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
We
I was
got
gonna say.
high hopes. That would be funny though. That'd be fun. Way funnier than Backstreet Boys.
I want it ants way.
You get
Hear it
something.
now. I want it ants way.
You get stuff thrown at you, dude. People would throw corn at you.
Bring
Not
it,
even
bring it.
Chuck. Like
I'll take it and then I'll hit a home run right after they do it.
I'd like to see that. I just wouldn't want to
Bring
hear it. I would say Can't Stop by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, that's a great one.
And I would say In the Meantime. What is that? I can't remember who sings that. Semisonic? No, maybe not. Um, while we're talking about music, by the way, to wrap things up, Scotty Mincher, buddy, pal, friendo, what a great job you did singing with your friend. I mean, it was unbelievable. Like, I was captivated, stoked, because you did a great job.
Thank you.
What was the song? I can't remember the song you're off the top of my head.
It
What
was Creep, Radiohead.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was one I've planned on doing for a long time. First time I did it live, so
it was incredible. It was you. We're talking about baseball. Knocked it out of the park, buddy. Knocked it out of the park. I shared it on my personal page because I was so proud of you. Like, I don't know what I was expecting because that's a tough song. Because you got to hit low notes, then you got to get angry. You did it all, buddy.
Yeah, I did not expect. I was beyond flattered when you shared it. I thought you would enjoy it. I'm like, let me just send it to DJ, see what he thinks. But I did not expect you to share it on your page, man. It
What's the name of your band?
The Feral. We are the Feral Cats.
Feral Cats. I think I told Sarah that. I that's such a great name for a band.
Yeah, it's we have a lot of fun. So I mean I take it serious, but at the same time it's just about having fun.
Do you have any upcoming shows?
I'm not sure. We might have one in April, and it might be at Leonard Kurtz School, which is school for people with disabilities.
Sure.
We might have one there, but I will keep you posted.
Awesome, man. Please do that, and then we will promote the heck out of it for the Feral Cats because that you have to see that in person. I can't wait. It is time for the Joe Dickey Electric. What's your spark? Presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical. You can visit them on the web 24/7, 365 at DickeyElectric.com. It is the spark. It is provided by Joe Dickey Electric. And mine today, I'm going to lead things off like you often and let you know that there's some guts on the internet, man. There's some real guts. And the problem with the internet is that everybody feels pretty important. Everybody feels pretty special. Everybody feels like their opinion matters and that they're right. What I can tell you is I saw a great quote today. Great quote on my timeline, and it is so appropriate because if you give enough attention to a donkey, they'll feel like a lion. Think about that. If you give enough attention to a donkey, they'll start feeling like a lion. So what I'm saying is don't believe everything that you read on the internet. If you need that warning now, like, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Don't even necessarily dive into the people that are giving their opinions, because what I'm going to tell you is sometimes they don't know. Sometimes there's hard decisions that have to be made. Sometimes there's difficult tragedies and things that tough business decisions, whatever it may be, that someone's going to look at and they're going to go, well, this is what I think. And that's okay. It's okay to have an opinion. What's not okay is to make your opinion out to be fact. That is where things get twisted. That's where people get hurt and frustration begins. So just remember, donkeys, when they get enough attention, feel like lions. Anthony,
And they still won't act like lions when they get into the lion's den.
Lion King.
Oh.
Dati peña para mí, mamá.
Never gets old.
Scotty,
Never
hit us with the vocals.
Good, Scotty. One time. Come on, do the not to Pena thing.
Do it, Scotty. So go like, let's go.
I can't do it.
That is my spark. No, but in all seriousness,
That just happened.
I'm gonna go with on Monday night we had a very a record-breaking pitch in softball. So softball fans out there know what I'm talking about. Tennessee's Carolyn Pickens threw a pitch 78.3 miles per hour from 43 feet away. You do the math. I didn't do it. I had someone else do it for me.
Attaboy.
The reaction time to a pitch 78.3 miles per hour from 43 feet away is the same as if a baseball pitcher threw the ball 108 miles an hour. So
Which they do.
Which they do. So that's a record-breaking pitch, and I would not want to have any piece of that whatsoever.
I would take your yard.
Okay.
You're up, Scotty.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep it short and sweet. Two quick ones. One is baseball is back, and as much as I love football and basketball and the other sports, I think baseball, when it's played right, is the best game. Just my opinion. So I love that Major League Baseball is back, as well as we'll get into all the other baseball around the area. So that's one. And then the other one is just being able to be a part of another All-Star game and be a judge for the slam dunk. It was just absolutely awesome. I didn't think like anything would ever top last year, but more and more as time goes on, these events and being a judge, like it's just, I just feel like it gets better and better. So thank you, DJ, and everybody that supports me and is in my corner. I want to thank Ray for coming through for me, Ray Mancini as well, and it was good to see him. So thank you guys.
How is he related to you again?
It's through he married my cousin back about 10 years ago now.
There you go. Scotty
So,
Boom Boom Mincher.
yeah.
Proud of you, buddy. Proud of you. Way to bring it. Way to bring it.
Thank
That is going to conclude our show. Thank you to Scotty Mincher as always. Thank you to Tori Strands for stopping by. Anthony, thanks to you. I don't know what we're thanking each other for, but thanks. Appreciate you.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Scotty.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Scotty, you're always welcome. You know that.
I know.
My third song would be John Cena, by the way, because you can't. And the bad guy, too. He's the bad guy now. I like it. I can't wait for WrestleMania in Myrtle Beach because it's going to be electric. Ty Bartel certainly probably going to be there. Christopher Colucci, Zaire Oakley. Sarah Oakley probably going to be cooking just because that's what she does, and she can't sit still. But going to be electric. Can't wait for it, and can't wait for John Cena to be the 17-time world champion over Cody Rhodes and my son to be in massive tears. So maybe he should go stand in the water because those salty tears will just cast away when Cody Rhodes loses. Can't wait. John Cena, you can't see me. I can see you. That is our show. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, right here on YSN. For Anthony, for Scotty, I'm DJ. Peace be with you. YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.